we were always hunting and pecking for the storyline that means something for wins and losses at the end of the season, or beginning of the season when it all hits. We're looking for it. And we're saying, Trey Hendrickson's not in Cincinnati. Terry McLaurin's not in Washington. For instance, two guys. And, Micah Parsons not showing up right now in Dallas. Jalen Ramsey is going to be hitting the road, right? We're looking for it. What will this mean? What will happen when all push does come to shove on that front? So you want to take it one at a time to see if what means anything?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Which one will you want to do first here, Mike Hoskins? Give me the name. All right, Terry McLaurin first up. Terry McLaurin has 1 year left on a 3-year, $68.3 million deal at $15.5 million.
Okay.
Year. By the way, the 3-year, $68.3 million deal that he is on the last year of, and I'm dangling a participle. I understand that, heaven forbid. He had to hold out of OTAs and mandatory minicamp for that one. So this is part of the similar playbook. He turns 30 on September 15th. And I will remember that birthday because it's the birthday of my mom.
Hey.
Yeah. So
she's also in the last year of her $15 million deal.
No.
Oh.
No. But she is an annually franchise tag player for that in my life. Okay. So always mandatory appearances for me. Anyway, long story short, he's not there. Dan Quinn, roll tape.
Sometimes football and business, they intersect. And this is one of those times. Terry is a fantastic teammate and really puts in the work and spent a lot of time with him already this offseason. So, but the business side of things, Adam and their crew and Terry and his group, they'll let them work through that.
Yeah, I'm just the coach here. I'm just the caveman. I'm just, the unfrozen caveman. If this goes further, unfrozen caveman coach will then revert to the coaching cliche at training camp. This goes any further. If it hits training camp, he'll going to give you I'm only talking about the guys who are here.
That's a funny bit we should probably do.
Well,
unfrozen caveman coach.
Unfrozen caveman coach. I'm
Yeah.
just the coach here. I'm just was unfrozen, and Terry McLaurin will be signed, and he will be playing for the Washington Commanders.
Oh, you think so?
I do. Yeah. Okay. They didn't make all of these maneuvers.
A lot of teams that could use Terry McLaurin.
He is going nowhere. He is certainly not winding up in New England.
Cap space and picks available.
All good. Okay. Not happening. N-O. He is Jaden Daniels' BFF and a great guy in the locker room, and he turns 30. Again, you'll notice something similar here to the conversations. Okay? The only question is, how late will it go? Now, if it goes deep into training camp, like if we're talking last week of training camp, he hasn't signed yet. Now you're dealing with the whole Jamar Chase stuff. Like week one, is he dealing with this? Is he dealing with that? How ready is he going to be for the season? That's when the wins and losses stuff matters. Right now, not concerned. Zero concern. There's Trey Hendrickson as well. He turns 31. You noticing this theme? Somebody's turning 30. Somebody's turning 31. TJ Watt's turning 31. This is the last swing at the money tree for a lot of these guys. Yeah, true. This is the last swing at the money tree. Now, Trey Hendrickson, he's not at mandatory minicamp. That's no surprise. I do not know how this one's playing out because it's the Bengals, man. I do not know. They got 1 year left on his contract with him. He's got I looked it up. A gajillion sacks since he's been a Bengal in 2021.
True.
He is Defensive Player of the Year material in the same way that Watt is for the Steelers and Myles Garrett is for Cleveland. The Bengals can ill afford to lose this guy unless they want to try and win every game 50-49 again, right? Gotta have him. He's making $16 million in this last year. TJ Watt, who's not showing up, is making $5 million more. I totally get what he is doing.
Same.
I do not know when he's returning. This one, you can never tell because it's the Bengals. I know I'm repeating myself, but it is the fact. You just don't know how Mike Brown's waking up today to say, you know what, screw it. He's under contract. Does he want to sit at home? Let's test him. And, hey, Zach Taylor, it's on you to make sure that that doesn't upset the locker room. Or Joe Burrow. Burrow wants him. Hey, this just in. Mike Brown, rest of the front office. Burrow wants him. Burrow sat there, was it on the Pardon My Take pod, right? During the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. Basically said, Eagles sign everybody. Why can't wait?
Yeah, they figure it out.
They figure it out. Why can't we?
Yep.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
That one I can't tell. The Jalen Ramsey one, we know he's not showing up. He's not showing up. Why would he show up when it's already been said that they're parting ways? Like, there's no way. He is 30 years old. He turns 31 on October 24th. Again, you're picking up what I'm putting down here?
I am.
The clock's ticking. The Mona Lisa Vito clock is ticking for these guys. They get one last bite at the apple. So he's not at mandatory minicamp for the Dolphins. He's not going to show up, period. Like, he's never walking through that door again, I would think. Although Jimmy Garoppolo's last season with the Niners proves to you can't say that with any certainty anymore. I mean, they damn near took his playbook. And wound up at the end of training camp signing because they figured with Trey Lance there, we can't afford to go with Brock Purdy, who's now making $50-some-odd million a year. In terms of never know, right? So let's turn to Mike McDaniel to give us some insight on what's going on with Ramsey and his thoughts on why it hasn't reached a resolution yet. If Ramsey was given the code red, why hasn't he been touched yet, essentially, is the sort of analogy here. Not exactly.
Personally,
but go ahead.
And I would lump you into this with me. I don't give a shit about what I feel. I'm not. I don't even really go down that road of how do I feel about it. My job is to react and control my controllables and make sure that people are moving in one direction appropriately. And so the business is business. The opportunity that business does provide in the off season is a rep to the team about handling noise. What do I define noise as? Noise is things that don't have to do with what actually you're there to do and you should be focused on doing because you'll be held accountable to do. So business in the off seasons allows you to speak to your team about how the focus of noise is a constant battle that if you're successful, you have to win. And it's about not really caring about all things other than what we're here to do today, which is mandatory minicamp practice 1.
Are there excused absences today?
There's the Jalen Ramsey's absence is excused, yes.
Interesting. Way to finish that.
It is excused because they've agreed he's not going to be there anymore. Two things. One, I thought I gave McDaniel 3 coaching cliches here.
True,
I mean,
true,
I
true.
thought he was going to know that these are the times to just give him. But thank you for the soundbite, my friend. And I love I thought he was going to say, these moments allow us to give reps in minicamp to other guys because the other guy isn't there.
Right.
But I guess this is a way of saying the guy's not going to be here. We know he's not going to be here. So how am I feeling about the fact that it hasn't been resolved yet? I don't give an S about it, about how I feel. And the reps that we're taking from this aren't for somebody else, because that somebody else is going to get them in the season because he's not going to be here. But the reps are for us to block out the noise, because this means nothing. This means nothing. And the reason why it hasn't been resolved yet, how many times am I going to say this? It's June 10th. There are no deadlines right now. There's no deadline right now. There's no deadline. The deadline is whenever the hell everybody thinks midnight is, and it's never really lockstep between player and organization as to when midnight really strikes. Everybody has a different sense of midnight. I'm telling you, for Jalen Ramsey, I'm sure he's calling up his rep and saying, it is well past midnight.
Yeah, get me out of here.
I know I'm not going to be there. They know they don't want me there. They basically told us as much. When the hell does it strike midnight? And for the Dolphins, it's like, we don't know if somebody's going to have a corner that goes down in the middle of training camp and suddenly they're that much more desperate. And instead of picking in the 5th round because of you, we're going to pick in the 3rd round because of you. And we're going to wait till that happens. And you're going to chill ATC at the crib until that point. Thus, his absence is excused. Have I explained it all? I don't know when midnight is for Hendrickson. I don't know what it is for Watt. I don't know when it is for Ramsey in terms of when the organizations feel it. I'm sure for the players, it is well past midnight. They are ready. They're ready to put this thing to bed, but not the teams. That's the way it goes in the NFL. And TJ Watt's going to get paid. McLaurin's going to get paid, even though it's after midnight for him right now, I'm sure. Hendrickson, I don't know. And I don't know where Ramsey's going to wind up.
We know Ramsey's getting moved. The other 3 guys, if one of them does get moved, who's most likely?
Hendrickson. I doubt it, though. Sorry, I know you want all of them on your team.
It would be great.
I got it.
That would be
understood.
Really ideal for my.
And then Micah Parsons. I do not know when the Jerry Jones midnight is.
At least he said he's going to show up.
I just know
he did. Reports are he's there.
He's there.
I know that, but
he's holding in.
But in terms of getting paid, that contract.
Yeah, you know how your boy
It's
does.
always just midnight at his oasis. We just don't know where the oasis is or when midnight is. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.